I'm a clinical nutritionist and I see the same pattern every single day in my clinic. Busy women doing everything right. The probiotics, the clean eating, and still getting bloated. Feeling exhausted, losing their hair, and quietly Googling, is this just what 38 feels like? Here's what all of them were missing. Stress is literally switching off your digestive system. Not slowing it down, turning it off. And until you help switch out of that sympathetic nervous system dominance, nothing else will work. Not the supplements, not the food, and definitely not your body. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Leilani. I'm a qualified health practitioner, I'm a chef, and I'm a gut microbiome specialist. I also work clinically with chronic fatigue. And everything I share comes from my real clinical experience and the latest research. It is my job to help you feel your best. And it starts in the gut. So today I'll show you the 3 super fast fixes. Each one can be done under 3 minutes and it will reduce the cortisol, calm your nervous system, and calm your gut. But first I want you to do a quick test with me. This is called a heart rate check. And I want you to do it with me right now. It only takes 30 seconds and it will show yourself whether you're in or likely in the fight or flight mode that's preventing optimal digestion. So you'll put 2 fingers on your wrist like this, you'll find your pulse and you'll count the beats for 30 seconds and then you'll double it. Now if you consistently are above 80 to 90 beats at rest for that minute, then your body is likely running in that stress response. So I want you to pause the video and do that count right now. Okay, here's a quick question for you. And I want you to be honest. There is no judgment here. How much time do you have or allow yourself self-care per day? Now drop it in the comments below. I genuinely read every single one. And everything I'm sharing today is designed around your real life, not some idealized wellness fantasy. Okay, so here's something that genuinely blew my mind when I first heard it. Your gut has its own nervous system, around 500 million neurons. That's more than your entire spinal cord. And so think of your gut like a bouncer for your whole body. If the wrong crowd is hanging around at the entrance, guess who's getting into the party? Downstairs. And this is what we call the gut-brain axis. It's a constant 2-way conversation between your brain and your digestive tract. And stress is like someone pulling the fire alarm in the middle of a busy restaurant and just everything stops. And a 2024 review in the journal Cells found that the gut-brain axis influences everything from mood to immune function. But when that communication breaks down, it doesn't just affect your stomach. It affects your energy, your mental clarity, and even your weight. This is why you get so many seemingly random symptoms. And I have a ton of videos on all of those. Now, the fastest way to reset this is through your vagus nerve. And in a sec, I'll get into that exercise. Because before we do that, I want you to rate your current stress level out of 10. So 0 being you're on a beach in the Bahamas, and 10 feels like you are running a country, like the president. So think of your number. Okay, now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts. You'll hold it briefly, but I want your belly to expand when you're breathing, not in your chest. And then you'll exhale for 6 to 8 counts. You really want to let go here. There's nothing else you need to do for the next few minutes. The most important thing is that the exhale is longer than the inhale. Now what we're gonna do on top of that is with the exhale, you need a sound. Or okay. That vibration actually stimulates your vagus nerve. So we're gonna do it together now. So you're gonna breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. I want you to pause the video and do it 5 or 6 more times. Right now, this is your time. Okay, now I want you to rate your score again to see if it's shifted. Because this is one of the simplest ways we can consciously activate our autonomic nervous system and pull ourselves out of fight or flight mode. Let me know, did you improve? What are your numbers? Drop it below. So let me show you next exactly what stress is doing to your digestive system and how it hijacks your digestion. So when you face a stress, a deadline, an argument, tons of emails, a passive-aggressive email from your boss, your body activates fight or flight mode. And so the blood gets pulled away from your digestive tract and sent to your muscles, right? So you can run, which means that even if you're eating organic, drinking your green juice, spending a fortune on supplements, if you're stressed, especially when you eat, your body cannot absorb those properly. And here's the part that gets me every time. Your body cannot tell the difference between a lion chasing you and an over full inbox. And it goes a lot deeper than bloating in terms of symptoms, because stress can actually shift your gut microbiome and disrupt that gut-brain connection. So some of the beneficial bacteria that help produce the calming compounds like GABA can be reduced with stress, and that's going to affect the mood as well as digestion. And a large meta-analysis actually found that stress is linked to 2.5 times higher risk of IBS. And also your digestive secretions drop too. The saliva, the enzymes, stomach acid, there's a lot less of it. And when your stomach acid drops, you become more vulnerable to things like SIBO and low iron, B12 deficiency, calcium malabsorption, and even histamine intolerance. They're not random conditions, they're downstream consequences of a system that has been running on stress for too long. So what's an easy and enjoyable fix without having to quit your day job and move off grid and grow all your own vegetables? Well, actually, it's very simple. One of the main hormones that counteract cortisol is oxytocin. It's kind of like your secret weapon. And this one changes everything, especially for women. And people don't talk about it enough, even practitioners, because women are biologically wired differently when it comes to stress. Men have a stronger fight or flight response. And women, we're wired to tend and befriend. Our bodies are designed to seek connection, because connection lowers cortisol through one of the most powerful molecules in the body, oxytocin. And you can think of oxytocin as your body's built-in cortisol antidote. When oxytocin rises, cortisol drops, and then your rest and digest mode switches back on. So what raises oxytocin, you say? Well, this is the part I love. There's so many things, like stroking a pet or a puppy, holding a baby, nurturing someone you love, and even just a genuine hug, held for more than 20 seconds. And where I live, there's a thing called the 5-minute Mullum hug. As John Lennon said, all you need is love, right? Even watching something genuinely moving triggers oxytocin release. So try to bring that into your daily life. I mean, our ancestors understood this without the science behind it. The communal meals, tending to each other, living in tribe, they weren't just cultural preferences, they were nervous system medicine. And traditional wisdom and modern science are saying the exact same thing. Connection is not a luxury, it's biology. Now, before I show you how to improve your nutrient absorption at every single meal without even adding anything to your plate, I want to pause for something important. If stress is a constant in your life and your gut is suffering, this is my area. I work with clients every single day. I restore their gut microbiome. I calm the chaos within. And when the gut comes back into balance, health follows across the whole body. And I've built a complete gut reset and repair program for people who want a clear step-by-step roadmap without the cost of the one-on-one clinical support, because I think health should be accessible to everyone. So if you're ready to fix the problem at the root, not just manage the symptoms, the link is in the description. Go check it out. Okay, here's your third smart anti-stress strategy. And honestly, it might become something you truly enjoy, and you can start it at your next meal, and please do. So before you take a bite, I want you to smell the food. Take a slow breathe in and say one thing that you're grateful for. Even if it's just someone who grew the tomato. But no phones, don't eat on the run. This one small ritual actually signals your brain to switch gears, and it lowers the cortisol and tells your digestive system it's now safe to work. And real transformation doesn't have to be about overhauling your entire life overnight. And in clinic, I see it again and again. The massive sudden changes just don't stick. It's too much for us in this world. What actually moves the needle is small, doable shifts done consistently. So the hug before dinner, the breath before a meal. Start with just one of them and then do it every day for this week. That is how you build a habit, and that is how your gut will start to heal itself. Now, if you found this video helpful, hitting the like takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps me bring this kind of life-changing content to you every single week. And I really appreciate it because we are in this together. And your gut is incredibly resilient, and I know you are too, but it is not built to handle constant chronic stress. So think of stress like a slow leak in a pipe. You barely notice it at first, but eventually it'll affect the whole human house. And if you love this video, you're gonna love the next video I've got, the real reason you're always tired, especially if you just are constantly exhausted no matter how much sleep you get. I'll put it right here, or maybe it's in front. Click it before you forget. I'll see you there. Till next time, love your guts.